And I have literally made, because we're going to do this as a tier 2 level 6 thing, we're just going to do that. And the only rules that I'm adding to it for tonight to simulate a full adventuring day, because I think we can get through maybe 3 combats, is 6 rapid fire tier 2 encounters at level 6. You will not be allowed to a long rest until the very end. If we do somehow get through all this, we'll do a long rest if we still want to do this again. But players may not have a long rest until the end. You can short rest up to 3 times, which is the rules in the book as they are in the manuscript right now. If the players do short rest, I will roll a d4 for fear. Just to assume that there are other things happening between combats that may or may not give me fear. And that's the basics of the little add-on rules I did. Otherwise, we're just going to run combats. Get my big old dice bag, my big old dice set. What are we thinking, Sorcerer? What are we thinking, Guardian? Tell us a little bit about your choices, Bard. Because we get to get up to like the level 6 domain cards, and I think, if I am correct, no, you technically have to choose one to drop out of your loadout at level 6, because you can only have 5 in your loadout.
You can swap.
So there's an additional rule that there is during these games, is you can, as an action, hot swap something from your loadout, the one that is not in your loadout, into play by spending its stress cost.
Okay.
So you can re-prepare in the middle of combat if you so desire, if you need to, if that thing that you need to do is no longer available to you, and remove something from your loadout and drop it back in, because you can only have 10 total domain cards, but only 5 are available. And at level 6, technically you have 6 or 7. You start with, wait, let me do it. You start with 2, you've leveled up 5 times. You'll have 7 domain cards. 2 are in your loadout. Sorry, 2 are in your vault and 5 are in your loadout. There, I mathed. I can roll dice and put numbers together. I GM real pretty one day.
You are correct. I have 2 in my vault. I'll go.
Did you drop your low ones?
Yeah. A level 1 and a level 3 are in the vault.
Ooh, level 3 is already in the vault.
Yeah. Well, let me look at that for level 3. Book of Korvax. I had to double check that name because I was like, Korvax. That sounds like an ally of mine. Nope, that was Ardax.
Wait, no, Korvax might be my guy. Is that the monkey?
It's called the Book of Korvax. That's one of the spell books.
Well, I didn't know that. I didn't go that far up the chain. Great minds think alike. I've named one of my guys. That's the big gorilla guy from our main campaign, Korvax. Oh, maybe that's his book.
Oh, I wrote down Korvax as I spelled it differently.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, anyway, Korvax, Ardax, all the same.
You gotta have fantasy X's. All the X names, all the Z names. If it starts with a Q, it's probably better. So, what is the level 6 domain card you picked?
Oh, it is Banish.
Oh.
You guys are going to love this. All right. It is choose a target creature within close range. You can temporarily banish them from this realm. Use an action to roll an amount of d20s equal to your spellcast trait, which is 3 for me. Tell the GM the highest result. The GM must make a reaction roll with the target number of this result. So it's my 3 to your 1, basically.
Okay.
On a success, they mark a stress. So if you beat mine, you still mark a stress, regardless. This is like a free spellcast or an action to spellcast. I can always at least get you with stress. And if you fail, you obviously are banished from the realm. And in order to come back, let's see. On any rolls the PC makes with fear, the GM reduces the target number by 1 and makes another reaction roll. If it succeeds, the creature returns. So I might target, obviously, a tactical target to banish if I can, and see what happens.
Chicken.
Yeah, I love spellcasting, how it's not like a limited numeric.
What do you have to mark a hope or a stress to do it?
No, it's an action.
That's just an action?
This is level 6, baby. I mean,
fair.
I'm fucking badass by that point.
I'm terrified about this game now. Let's see what happens.
No, so I have that, and then I have there's one that I was reading about on the Reddits that's called Troublemaker, and that's kind of OP as well. Let's read that real quick. When you taunt or provoke a target within far range, so pretty big range, make a presence roll against them. On a success, roll a number of d4s equal to your proficiency, which is 6 at this level. Take the highest.
You bumped it up a couple times? Potentially? Because you should have bumped it up 2 for free.
Yeah.
I trust the Demiplane group getting it to 6.
That's just it. Yeah, I trust Demiplane. If it's not 6, maybe there's a bug in their system.
No. That's crazy.
It's 6. It's 6. That's my proficiency. Because, I noticed, my double check it or see if you can find more about it.
It feels like that might be too high. Because, I'm looking at an older one. 6 seems to the top amount of proficiency you could have.
Yeah.
And it feels like you get an extra proficient. Okay. Well,
no, you're right. Because it feels weird. Because, my primary weapons and my whatnot, my breath weapon and my primary weapons, they scale with proficiency. And so, I'm dealing 6d8 magical damage if I hit.
Interesting. That's crazy. Cool.
No, I hope.
Yeah, no, I
hope it's right because it sounds badass as hell
right now. Yeah, no, we're all good.
We'll find out. Oh, don't worry. I'll leave a little internet survey feedback about how badass I was.
I love it. All right, we're all chatting.
Next.
Trevor, Geoff, what are you doing?
Yeah, next.
I'm trying to make some of these leveling up selections. That's all.
I'm also working on leveling up here.
No rush.
What are some of the choices you guys are going through?
Yeah, talk it through us. Talk it through with us.
I want to know.
Well, I don't remember what my first 2 level 1 domain cards were, but at level 2, I just picked Body Basher, which is pretty cool. It says you use the full force of your body in the fight on a successful melee attack. Always add your strength trait to your damage total.
Oh, wow.
So that's cool. And various damage thresholds are going up as the character levels up. Let's see, what else can I do?
Quick question, Deeks. Do we have we're looking at the map on Roll20, or at least I am, and it's still the old ooze shroom.
That's totally fine. That's where we were.
Yeah.
I'll get that up right there.
No worries. I just was wondering.
Actually, we're kind of just being here more.
Right.
We're not even that.
Yeah.
We don't know who we are.
We don't know who we are. Perfect.
What is Camp from? What do you want?
What do cats want? That is a question.
Two cats.
Do cats want? What do cats need?
We should ask ChatGPT 4.0 what cats want.
They will say everything that you would get terrified by. That is just my opinion on all of them. That was not as well written or spoken as I'd hoped, but I'm just basically clicking randomly on ones and kind of going through the leveling up process together too.
Yeah, so I picked the Sorcerer, and they have the Arcana and Midnight domains, which I know the Midnight is also shared by the Rogue.
Yes, sir.
And my sorcerer Jack, dead guy Jack, he woke up in a ditch 3 days ago. He doesn't remember anything.
Dead guy Jack.
I used him before as a warlock in 5th edition, and I wanted to kind of see how that could play out.
I love Dead Guy Jack.
Dead guy Jack.
Yes. Perfect.
What? So you're purring, so you must like something.
That is cats. Cats meet internet.
Cats want butt on your face. Ow. All right, so we're going level 5. What? How do you have friendship?
I can hear that one. She's barking.
Yeah.
Or he or
It
what?
is a he. It's my. Well, look. I mean, just look how pretty this cat is, right? And that's the problem. Is he knows
He's adorable.
knows he's too pretty to get in trouble. Yeah, you're an asshole though.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
There you go. Go find your gerbil. I got them some little automated cat toys.
Oh, nice.
I was hoping it would distract him, but I guess it went to off mode. Dude. I'm gonna get out of here. Go.
So I gotta brag about this pencil that I bought. This mechanical pencil.
All right.
It is fancy. It came from Japan.
Bands in
And
Japan.
it, like, as you write with it, it has this tiny little, like, mechanism that slowly, every time you, like, press and lift up and press down again, like, to write as you're writing,
Yeah.
it will rotate the lead. So it doesn't.
That's cool.
It doesn't form a sharp edge. It just has this, like, nice rounded, smooth, like, rolling lead, and I'm impressed by it. It was only $10, but that's the price of, like, any fancy mechanical pencil. So
That's very cool.
it was a worthy purchase, and
Purchase.
I love it. It's just something to fill the gap here where we're filling.
No, that I would lose it. That's why I don't buy nice things.
No, yeah, that's the thing, is I'm afraid to lose. You know what I mean? Like when you said, I saw your note. All you got to bring to Gen Con is pencils and dice, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna bring my fancy new pencil. But
and
wait,
lose it.
what if I lose it?
Okay, so I just made a level 6 bard as fast as I could, and my proficiency only has 4 yellow dots.
Okay, maybe I should redo it then, because
No, don't redo the whole thing, but double check something, like double check your level is 6 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I am level 6. Let me just
When you have well, now that doesn't mean that you can't choose it.
I built this before it was 1.4, so I don't know if it's not
Maybe.
retroactively,
Maybe there might be a little weird. Double check a couple things while we got the others going on.
I got time. Let's
Jeff,
do it.
by the way, a couple of folks at Gen Con are going to be playing some Daggerheart. I'm going to run a one-shot there, so you're more than invited to do that. I don't know. We might just grab dinner and build characters around dinner. They all meet in a tavern. Yeah. Some other folks from California are coming out there as well that are good friends of mine, and some other people that we used to work with and stuff like that. So I don't know if you met them, but they're cool people. Inviting you live on the internet. Now you feel like you have to go.
Yeah, don't feel pressured or anything.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad that Trevor can't come, but
Yeah, we'll get
But it is
we'll
what
get
it
the
is.
gang together again someday.
yeah. We gotta get Eddie out there. Kyle goes to enough conventions. He doesn't need to go to another. He goes to enough for work.
Right.
Yeah. But someday.
I almost
Just
feel like
abduct him.
I want to blow through experiences because I know I probably won't use them at all.
If you feel like your character wants an experience, just let's assume that you can get it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Let's make that a moment.
Yeah.
Because I want to fight shit.
Exactly. I'm just trying to plow through the creation. I'm gonna do another bard real quick and make sure that it's not broken like my previous bard.
Trevor, what are some of the domain cards you're taking?
I saw one, it was Chain Lightning. I saw one that's Twilight Mark, trying to balance Arcana and the Midnight Counterspell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fucking counterspell.
Mm.
You can just...
It'd be pretty cool.
I'm just trying to understand what you guys are going to do so I can counter it in an unbalanced way. I want to learn it all.
Then I need to upgrade my subclass.
Why am I? Oh, there it is. I'm like, where's the level selector? Found it.
You got there.
Use domain card.
Begin.
Oh, gosh.
So it looks like I get 5 domain cards and then some vaulted ones. Is that right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you have to make that call which ones are going to vault. But basically, if you want to bring the ones out of vault and into play, you can spend an action and stress to pull them out, if you so desire.
So let's save these changes.
So, and you can change them at any rest. Sorry, let me clarify that too. So if you all decide to take a short rest, you can decide to change your vaulted and your active cards. So we have Sorcerer, Trevor, AKA Dead Guy Jack.
See one thing.
We have Guardian, Geoff, AKA TBD. And we have Bard, Brendon,
Yep.
AKA.
I don't have a good name. How
I'll call
about
Poopy Fart Face if you can't give it one quick.
Scuba Steve.
the name is Fred Dorst.
That's really too close to a murderer, but go for it.
Fred Dorst.
Take it. Fred Dorst.
Darn,
Fred Dorst.
I was going to be Fred Dwarfs.
Dwarfs. Damn it.
Have you chosen the
Is that a
dwarf?
dwarf?
That should have been mine. Damn it. You nailed it, Geoff. You always got the best puns.
Geoff can come back at you pretty good.
I'm gonna go with Flaggin, the Seaborn Dwarf Guardian.
Flaggin. I think all dwarfs speak with a Russian or Eastern Bloc accent because I can't do a Scottish Bruges.
Scottish is tough because it's easy to kind of slip into like Irish. Yeah, like it's not easy.
I think my favorite one, Trevor, and you'll remember this from when we were in high school together, is moving into a Southern accent because it's like a British accent leaning on its side.
Bad. Oh, I use that shit all the time, man. Because like that's one of the things is what makes an accent is the center of sound is different, right? And if you could figure out where that center of sound is located and consciously place it there, because the American accent, ours is just in the middle. We have like if you look at the International Phonetic Alphabet, like diagrammed on the mouth, in the middle is called the Shwahh. So like some people, when they have this move to where they're just keeping the voice in the middle of the unstressed position, this is the move to the Shwahh. But the Shwahh. So if you can think about moving it more to the front and you put it behind your teeth, you get a much more proper sounding accent.
I'm changing the bard's name to Fred Shwahh.
Fred Shwahh.
Fred Shwahh.
And it's cool because it's an upside down backwards lowercase e. That's how you render the Shwahh.
There's not enough typography in the world.
No, more typography.
All right, how are we looking on our
Well-
levels?
How is 1.4 treating the like minor threshold? Because remember, it was like stress, and then it wasn't anymore. But now the sheet either is the wrong version or they changed it again.
What do you mean? So what does your sheet say?
Well, because 10 is my minor damage threshold, and then
Fuck.
there it says mark 1 HP. So does that mean if I take 9, something
Nope.
different happens? Or
If it goes above your minor threshold, you get 1 HP. Anything under that, you don't take anything.
okay.
10's your fucking minor threshold?
10, 20, and 35.
Shit, bitch.
That's awesome.
What Ardex could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think I opted for increasing my minor threshold with the things you can pick when you level up, like twice.
Makes sense. Like the tier for it, like you can do that on we're in tier 2 now, so technically you have leveled into the second part of tier 2. We're middle of that road, very intentionally. So you have a lot to choose from in that space, and I think technically your highest like value could technically be all the way up to 4 now. If you decided to go that Diablo tree. There's a lot of like so you've maxed out your minor threshold. Trevor, what are you like maxed out? What are you playing with on your level ups?
So I wanted to maximize my spellcasting trait, which is instinct, as much as I could. Which is
So you have it up to a +4?
+4. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Increased my severe damage threshold is really ridiculous because I wanted to make it like dead guy Jack. You can't kill him; he's already dead.
You can't get me 3.
Yeah,
Did anyone take permanent HP ups?
Yes.
Yes.
one.
I'm at 9 now. I can't remember if that was giving me +2 or +3 or what.
9?
You have
Holy
9 HP.
shit.
You don't drop. Okay,
Dude,
got it.
Wow.
Dude,
You
my-
know who to target.
My severe damage threshold is 26.
All right. I have no idea if that's a possible for me or not.
It's really silly because it's 3, 8, 26. It's really
I do need to grab more dice for fights. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen these before, but I got the big old bag of holding for dice.
Oh,
The bag of
nice.
hoarding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
cool.
fun one.
Hmm.
All right, I got the dice I need. I think.
I'm almost
Are we all ready to start or not?
No,
Do you want to connect your characters to each other? Is that fun or not for this? You're just fucking bloodbath.
let's just bloodbath because we're
Bloodbath.
kind of late to the game. Late to
That's fine.
the guts of the game.
The gets
wait
the
a minute.
game.
If I change something a little bit here, I can get 2 more on my minor threshold.
Yep. That was Ardax's build plan.
I think I'll ditch the evasion because it's low anyway. So who cares about +1 evasion?
What's your evasion at?
7, I think.
All right, let's eat up your armor. Let's kill you. I killed one guardian. I can kill another.
Okay, I got 2. Swap. Swap that for this other one.
I don't know. That was a maxed out minor, but I can increase major by 2. Let's do it.
Oh, quick question for tonight. I want 2 optional rules to make sure we're on the same page. 1. Am I critting?
Yeah.
All right. If I roll a 20 on my die, that means I take a fear. I don't do any extra damage, but I take a fear.
Okay.
Question number 2. Are we doing what massive damage rolls? Massive damage is if something is hit for double its severe threshold, it takes 4 HP.
I think we should definitely do that.
Let's do it. I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, severe is pretty high on my guys too. I am playing tier 2 folks. So no ifs, ands, or buts on that.
Save changes. All right, finally, let's look at the sheet. Let's see what my proficiency is. You're
4?
right. It's 4.
Yeah,
I have no idea
making-
why it was
yeah.
4.
There's a lot of editing going on behind the scenes. Older versions may have problems converting over. I don't know. I'm honestly, Len, our like year-long campaign that we're playing inside of this or whatever is still only like we only got to level 2. Geoff, we leveled up last time while you were asleep and staring at Ardex's corpse. So we can do that next time. We'll level that up whenever we play real game or fun times.
Fun. Nice. I rolled damage just out of curiosity on the dice roll that Demiplane has. 28 and 28.
Wow.
I
Rolling
maxed
the-
at 36.
Are you proficiency of 4 too?
No, only 3.
Okay, you didn't bump you 3, 3, 4. Got it. Because proficiency does level up automatically, so you got 2 free proficiencies technically compared to where we were before. And Brendon, you took 1 specifically. You took 1 extra at least, if not more.
What was that? Sorry.
So technically, the game starts at 1 proficiency, 1
Yeah.
dice.
Yeah.
We're at tier 2, so everyone should be at least at 3.
Yeah, I took 1
believe-
more. Yeah,
You went to 4 by taking 1 extra.
I did.
And I believe that selection is only available in tier 2 and tier 3. So if we were to level up to level 8, 9, or 10, you would be able to take 1 more proficiency in one of those levels to max out at 6.
Okay.
Anyway, are we all ready?
Yes.
You wake up, and I'm going to steal this one from one of my favorite things I'm listening to. In the most ostentatious building that you have ever seen. It is so large that it would have just been easier to be outside. But no, it's inside. It is a very cavernous, tall space with a coliseum inside. And you see various monsters in bric-a-brac around on these stands. Giants, vampires, a blue dragon. All around this space, staring down at a tremendous horde of you. Go ahead and pick ones that are you. That have a lot of things out there. Who do you want to be today? Just grab one, put it off to the side. We've got also a lot of rocks and trees and carts and pits. All this sort of shit. Just...
I want to be this guy, but I can't grab him.
You can't grab that guy?
Yeah.
He's wily.
Looks like he's playing the bagpipes.
Oh, that guy. I can't hear him either.
That guy that I can't also.
All right, so we got this one. Tag the one that you want again, Trevor. That's who you want. All right, and then who do you want, Geoff?
That dwarfy guy above him. Oh, there it is. That's how I do that.
That guy. All right, let me get those going. Just a second. Let me go assign it to you guys.
Why is that unarmed strike?
Yeah, I found out why my minor threshold in particular is so ridiculous, because a lot of the level up stuff increases my major and severe, but not the minor. But stalwart subclass is raising all of my damage thresholds by 2.
Oh,
And then there was something else that was also, but now I can't find it. Oh, thick skin from Dwarven ancestry. Whenever I increase my proficiency, so that happened twice, increase minor threshold by the same amount.
Oof.
And then the 2 points or whatever I was able to take from the level up choices has brought me to a 10. Kind of cool.
That's freaking awesome.
I picked almost all damage avoidance or reduction, subclasses and traits and domain effects, etc. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
A wine glass rings from one of the patrons at this space. A suave, tall vampire stands up. Welcome to my dinner party. You have been invited to be dinner. Prove yourself a little bit better for me and my friends while we eat, and maybe you will not be eaten today. And just this little... And 3 large constructs kind of tromp onto the stage. Before I place them randomly, please place yourself as this moment of where the fuck am I? What's going on? Why is a vampire literally just bloodbathed another 20 people for entertainment? And why am I still here?
It's like the Red Wedding all over again.
Yes.
Where are
You should be able to move your folks
going?
We don't know.
In this middle area, or
this is all in open. There are definitely other things up here, but I want to be very clear. There are people watching you, and these are going to be other things that you may fight. But this is a very large stadium that you can use the seats as well. Just jump around, go crazy, use this thing. Have you ever heard of the medieval times? We are very happy to watch you fight while we eat.
I'll just do that. There. Final answer.
You guys are all right there in the center?
I would like to turn to my allies and say, comrades, as we face the shadows before us, remember our swords are mere extensions of our enduring spirits. Let us weave a tale of valor today that will echo through eternity. For in unity, we are an unbreakable force. Forward into the fray, where our destiny awaits. And I blow a very epic tune on the bagpipes there that I'm playing.
Nice. Is that a rally?
That's a rally.
Is that a D8 for everyone for things?
I
think it's better now.
Might be better. Hold on. Let me look. I'm still kind of getting my stuff figured out.
In the meantime, Flagon just rolls his eyes in response to that and mumbles to himself about needing a drink.
D8. Yes.
Yeah, so you have a D8 to add to anything, then that's once per session still. So we'll see how far we go.
Yes.
The Jack with a black hood on the outside of his face, you see a pale skeletal frame with eyes of beetle black and a wide rictus smile. That was a fine speech.
I want these guys more than the other team now. But that's what I think about every single time I hear new characters. I love new characters.
Is this Jack Skellington? This is awesome.
It wasn't. No, what's super weird is that it's basically
legally distinct.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but no, I made him before season 3 of Critical Role, and the Undead Warlock, and that one is eerily similar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Jack.
These are my death guards. Keep your life, keep your money. Begin.
My wife.
And it is to you guys.
Oh.
As these these items, these very like gilded and sharp edged golems with immense war hammers, and this like echo of a soul that you kind of see behind them moving them, pull their war hammers onto their shoulders in unison and step off of the dais and into these spaces and just start like the first steps of them moving towards there is that space.
Which one should we charge at? Because if we wait here, they're just going to be coming at us from all sides at the same time.
You're too drunk to know that, Shlaggin. I don't know. Go for it. I want to be too drunk for that.
To the north.
Sounds good to me.
Clear shot.
And speaking of that,
All right.
I'm gonna take a blast at that sucker with my dual staff. So kind of out of smoke and shadow starts coming out of the edges of his robe over his hands, and he forms a staff of gnarled black wood with green runes almost glowing inlaid into it. And I'm gonna try and remember how far is far.
Far should be very much closer to like that 100. So you should be able to hit everything inside of here in the far range.
Alrighty, I can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and blast with my dual staff. Blast.
The one on the north?
The one in the north. Let's go ahead and roll. That's a 17 with fear, but
17 with, yeah.
But because they don't have an undead heritage, I chose the Daemon heritage, and I'm going to mark 2 stress to make that fear 17 a hope 17.
Nice. So you're taking some stress
Cool.
right out of the gate.
Why not?
Why
not? Let's see what happens. So you take your hope still you turn your stress into a hope. 17 absolutely hits this thing on the north.
All right, then let's
roll some damage.
3d6 plus 3 magical damage. Roll. Ooh, total of 20.
20 hits its major threshold.
Almost max damage.
Yeah, that's a lot. Holy shit, for 3d6?
3d6 plus 3,
Yeah, that's pretty
5 and
fucking
6,
great.
yeah.
So this thing, immediately you see like a chunk of its shoulder splashes off, and as that damage is hit to it, it scatters into coins that like you see that this shale-like armor is not just layers of rock, it's actually layers of coin that just skitter onto the ground behind it as an arm becomes like a little bit looser in there. I'm going to go ahead and take a fear and turn it into 2 action tokens. I'm going to go ahead and take a fear, moving it into my turn, and activate all 3 of them. And I am not going to be able to get them into range. You can move about 20 to 30 feet without activating and activate. But in this case, they will not be able to do that. So they're just going to, at that moment, they all are just going to full anime golem run, just come at you as they start prepping their warhammers all to come down. But you have this moment to come back at you as they have now centered on this space. They're now here with you, but it took their entire action to get here. They're sprinting at you in this wibbledy-wobbledy time. The new Doctor Who is out. It's fucking fantastic. If you're a Doctor Who fan, please watch it. Timey-wimey makes sense here. Anyway, they are going. You guys are initiatives back to you as they're coming into contact with you in this moment.
I would like to shift to the side just a little, to this side here, and turn to face. There we go. Now I can grab it. The two that are here and here,
Mm-hmm.
and do my breath weapon as a Dracona. So let me
Do it.
let me
Do it.
do the thing. Choose an element. It's poison. What do I have to do? Instinct. Choosing an instinct weapon that deals D8, blah, blah, blah. So I just have to roll an instinct roll. Okay. It's a +0. Nice. That is a 19 with hope.
19 with hope. Take your hope. 19 absolutely hits. Their difficulty, I am playing the depth guards from the thing, so if you guys want to look at this later, their difficulty is lower than both things that you've rolled so far. Go ahead and roll some damage on both these down there. And this is now a proficiency. You get to roll 4D something.
Yep. So 4d8. Yep. And
Fuck me. I'm not sure about high levels in this game.
mark that down on you.
But I want to clarify, from a PC winning, which I think this is a narrative game built around, I love the fact that you get to roll so many dice.
Yeah, dice feels good.
Roll those math rocks.
Okay, so the math rocks came out to 23 damage.
That is a major hit, and that hits both of them,
Oh, nice.
right? That hits both of them?
Yeah, it does. Yes.
All right. Major damage to both of them as they go. It was with hope. You guys still have this initiative. This breath weapon hits them as they approach. You guys all take this moment to continue to move. Let's roll. Let's hit it. Let's see if you can hit them or not.
I would like to hit this northern one.
I know we all said north and then I attacked not the north one.
Yeah, I mean, you also got multiples.
Yeah.
We in the truest at dawn we plan.
Right. It all goes
Do
to plan.
I add anything to the roll? Do I add my proficiency, or do I?
No, you add your the modifier from your thing. So you are very likely rolling with a strength weapon.
Yeah. Okay.
As a Geoff, as a Geoff Guardian, a Jeffian.
Yeah.
So you add that to that.
So
And if you click on that in Demiplane, it should roll with that.
Yeah, I just like my dice.
You like real things.
18 with hope.
18 with hope. Take your hope. 18 hits. What's you doing to hit? What's your big old fucking weapon of choice here, Mr. Shlaggin?
He's got himself a nice hefty battle axe. The 3d10 plus 6, I think I roll in something. Demiplane, let's do it. Click roll.
Let's do it. You don't need to use Demiplane if you don't.
Then I don't have to find 3d10. I know I have 2 handy. Okay, so 24 is the damage.
On the north one?
Yes.
That one has 24. That is still in the major threshold, so you do 2 more damage to this folk. And another scattering of gold spreads from all of these things as the other ones get melted into space there too. This thing looks like it's going to hit you and die. And sorry, what does your weapon look like?
He's got a pretty plain battle axe. It's not very ornate or anything, but it's surprisingly large compared to his dwarven stature. Big old battle axe.
Big old fucking thing that just kind of sits above his head. He can lean against it if he needs to. Just the axe goes in hard and just shatters off of it. Let's keep it rolling.
Would these debt collectors, debt guards, would they be considered very close range to me if I
Yeah, absolutely. Very close is inside of the like 10, 15 ish. Yeah.
Okay. And since we're playing around, could I do a little 2-for-1 action? Just see if it works.
What do you mean when you say 2-for-1?
Well, okay. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to use my Shadow Bind spell.
So that is an action to do that.
Okay. I'm going to Shadow Bind.
Does that require a roll?
Yeah, it's a roll.
All right. So yes, you can do two. You can do 2 turns in a row. We'll just see what happens. I might jump in between.
No, that's fine. That's the risk and reward. So yes, Shadow Bind. I'm going to make a spell casting roll against all enemies within very close range. And all it succeeds against have their shadows temporarily pinned where they are, making them restrained. So that's a 13 with hope.
13 with hope. You get your hope, but unfortunately, every single one of them comes in and just pushes through the shadows that come around them are glinted off by the gold that they're made of. That you feel like they are just made of precious stone, and whatever's in this space comes down, refracts off of that, and the shadows are just pushed away from that. So it does fail, but you still take a hope.
Point of honor,
Yeah.
your honor.
Point of order, your honor.
So the support tank ability lets me spend 2 hope whenever an ally close to me fails a roll. And they can re-roll either their hope or fear die and take the new result instead. So
you have 2 hope to start this campaign. And you have an extra 1 from your roll, so absolutely you can spend that. Would you like to he's giving that to you, Trevor? Re-roll a die if you want.
Right. I'm gonna re-roll the fear die. So fear came in at 2. So if I re-roll just a regular D12, let's see what it does with that. Five. So it'd be a 15 with hope.
So the lights refract and you see the shadows coalesce, and you just take this momentary battle stance there, Shlaggin, and you just pull up your overly large axe, and you just cover whatever this light in this space and make it vampiric dark again. And the shadows recongeal as they're starting to spread out, and you just hit difficulty on this. Is it still with hope?
Yep, still with hope.
Fuck me. Fuck you.
And my companions will hear a sound like sandpaper on dry wood. Stay right where you are. Heads up, friends. And then I'm going to use another spell to cast Rain of Blades.
All right, so I want to slow down just for a second on your other one. I believe I can spend a fear to remove it or an action to remove it. Is there any clarity on the spell card?
Nope. It just says you done been restrained.
Restrained. I need to look up my own thing. Got it. Cool. Okay, so I want to clarify one thing because we haven't even gotten this deep in our multi-month campaign so far.
Sure.
So activating adversaries. When you activate an adversary, you may have them. And this basically is when I remove things from this little pile over here, which I have bumped my little thing. There we go. I can move within close range to make a weapon attack. I can move within close range and use an adversary action. I can sprint somewhere else on the battlefield, or I can end a temporary condition or effect. So your restrain thing requires me to take these gemstones off of my little tracker and spend my turn to do it.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right.
And you have to fail first. So, wow, restraint is really powerful against GMs, especially if it fucking hits.
Yeah.
Good.
So they're restrained, they're stuck, the shadows have bound them, and then they break free. But then I'm going to go ahead and make another spell casting roll. Spend 2 hope, which I had 4 of, now I'm back down to 2. Make a spellcast roll, and all targets that succeed against it take that I succeed against. Okay, with all targets that you succeed against. So I'm succeeding rather than them failing. Take magic damage using my proficiency. So my spellcasting roll for Rain of Blades is a critical success.
Hey! Okay, so as a
Yeah.
reminder for critical success, 1, do you have any stress?
I have 4 stress.
You have 3 stress now.
Nice.
2, you have 1 more hope.
Get it back.
And then, what are your damage dice for this Rain of Blades?
It is 3d8 unless anybody's currently vulnerable, then they take an additional 8. But yeah, 3d8.
All right. None of them are vulnerable. They're just restrained. There are literally about 2 conditions in the game. Restrained means no move. Vulnerable means take things at advantage. They're not vulnerable. They're just restrained. So that is just it. So they don't have that. But so as a reminder for critical successes, you still get to roll your 3d8. But then on top of that, as a modifier, you add 8 times 3, the maximum damage for those 3d8, and whatever modifiers may be from your weapon, which I don't think we have anything like that. We don't have magical weapons or anything like that. So it would basically be for that. 3d8 is 24 plus whatever you roll.
All right, so roll this plus 24. I'm going to add it to the little plus minus deal. That's 37 damage.
Oh my god.
37 fucking damage.
Wow.
How do you want to do this? For
So,
all 3.
Yeah, so the shadows that had bound them start leaking up, like smoke coming up, and it gathers into a small swirl, and then it all solidifies into black shards that and all like perfectly around them, and my companions feel these shift warping around you.
And all of these deck cards shatter into coins. Into the space. A little bit muddied, but by your fucking dice. Fucking cats. You don't need to be up here, man. Just don't. You just can be on my lap. And I can finish the exposition. Or not exposition, this is the end. So, the finale on this. They shatter into this obsidian gold as your shadows leak into what they are. Everything becomes gold around here, and a small golf clap. What a wonderful appetizer for our little games. We want to make sure that we want to have more fun, so I want you to continue. Are you tired? Do you need the rest?
Could nap.
What'd you say, Geoff?
I said I could nap.
Is this something that I should stop the onslaught so we can all take a little siesta? Yes? Or is this something that you want to continue so we can continue to enjoy ourselves? You gonna take a short rest?
I could use a drink, but if you guys are ready, I'm ready.
I'm
Particularly
ready.
because I have a bunch of once per short rest abilities, but didn't use them, so it's like whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry to own that.
No, that was a great move, Trev. That was awesome.
I saw it like when I saw that come up because that Rain of Blades is a level 1 deal.
Yeah, they scale well. Proficiency
Wow.
matters.
Yeah, for sure.
I want you to make sure that you have a good time here before you die. So, if there is anything I can provide you, wine, women, then We will give you what you need, a cornucopia of food, but we'll wait if you need to wait. We want to draw this out. But if not, I have other companions that want to take this on. And if we won't wait, we go. 3, 2, 1. Is it time for the premiere? The early cavals.
I can't believe he said what we need and not what we want.
The guy just stares daggers at you.
Perhaps something that we want is
Release the Hydra!
the Hydra.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Nailed it.
That's what we
This
want.
guy gets me.
And this large 3-headed beast just arcane chains just rip off of it. And as it starts trouncing down into the center of the space. This very large, problematic, draconic monstrosity. Monstrosity isn't even the right word. This is like a science experiment gone wrong as these 3 snake-like heads braid into each other and unbraid and just like bonk heads. It is problematic. And you do see specifically there are 3 heads as it comes down at you.
Don't worry, guys. Maybe it'll fall into that big hole.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, from the last grouping, I'm going to take all 4 tokens and convert them into fear, which happens at the end of combat no matter what.
Sweet.
And there are 2 fear. But this combat has now begun. As this thing starts trouncing down onto the area, you have the first moment.
I would like to taunt.
Absolutely. How does that work? Let's talk it through.
Yep. When you taunt or provoke a target within far range, make a presence roll against them. On a success, roll a number of d4s equal to your proficiency. Take the highest value from those d4s and deal that much stress to the target. So a maximum of 4 stress is coming at this thing. If I succeed,
You're rolling 4d4. If you succeed.
Yeah, I have to just succeed the presence roll against it. So
And presence is your key step.
Yep.
Trait.
Yep. It's plus 4 modifier, so it's pretty good. Yeah, just that's what I'm doing. Oh, that's with fear. And it's probably low too. 15 with fear.
15 with fear. You fail.
Yeah.
As this taunt does not hit this monstrosity. And you look around at this moment as kind of like your first second to kind of notice these vampires that are in the southern stands are the only ones not actually manacled into this space. These are not all friends of the vampires. This is something else going on. And this is just the first grouping that has been released in the stand that is watching their own demise. And
I can just imagine though that taunt. He's like, hang on, I got this. Hey buddy, you smell. And the thing's just like keeps coming unfazed.
Yeah.
It doesn't even care. And it just continues on. You're the first thing that it actually was hearing. So it's going to move down and into you, into that space. So, sorry, I forgot to take your turn. So I'm putting that there. I'm taking it back.
Yep.
And the first thing it does, I'm also going to go ahead and remove a fear to grab 2 more action tokens. and it just comes at you, and you get this moment of like, fuck. Those were the easy ones. This is, oh no.
Oh,
And I'm
no.
going to spend 2 actions to cast Terrifying Chorus as
God.
all hands go. As it comes closer to you, all of you lose 2 hope.
Oh.
No save, Terrifying Chorus, all targets within far range lose 2 hope. So you just lose that.
Done.
It is also a relentless creature.
Would you, Deacon, quick question. Would you call that a spell or magical effect?
You're getting a counter spell.
Give me more information. Sorry.
Because of my counter spell, I can interrupt a spell or magical effect taking place to make a reaction roll using my spellcasting trait.
No, I call this a big fucking thing coming at you, and it's fucking massive, and I don't think you would like this.
No,
this is a bad thing. This is just a bad thing being
Can't
bad.
counter this.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm just checking.
No, that's fair. There may be other things that may be magical. This is clearly a magical beast, but this is just boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
Magical beast, mundane yelling.
Mundane yelling, a big magical beast. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Roar.
Just to clarify, I took 1 fear out of here to turn it into 2 actions to cast that Terrifying Chorus, which costs 2 actions. This is a relentless beast, which means I get to activate multiple times in a round. I'm not going to tell you the full things until the end, but I get to activate 1 more time using the action that you gave me for your turn that you failed with fear on.
Yep.
And it just comes down fucking like a trance on you, just boom, and that is 16 to hit.
Hits.
All right, I need more dice. I need different dice. Sorry, just a second. I got my nice big dice, but I realized that I don't need just 1 dice at tier 2 play. I need multiple dice because I
Several.
have proficiency too. Everyone keeps talking about this proficiency. I get it too. No. Oh, that's nice. All right, so that is 17 physical damage coming at you as one of the heads. 2 of them start going, and then one of them just comes down and tries to eat you in half.
Oh my.
17.
I'm going to use some. Why do I have to take 2 hit points? No matter what. What? I'm doing the calculator. Calculate damage. And
What's your major, minor, and severe?
minor's 2, major's 8, severe's 26.
So you take 2 HP. That is a major damage.
Right.
Sorry, you might be working with armor.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but I don't know if the armor calculator is like busted because it's not doing anything.
All right, let's clarify again. So you have 17 coming at you. Let's talk it through. What is your major?
8.
8. So to get it down to 1 HP, you need to remove 9 damage from it.
Oh, so like all my freaking armor.
Sure, go for it.
No, don't want to do that. I'll just take the 2 damage and no
2
armor.
HP at you, and
Yeah.
you upgrade your HP some, right?
Yeah, I did.
So
I
you're
have
not
7.
at 5 to start at. 7.
7
Great.
total.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Don't
This is all
worry,
good.
Captain
Don't.
Expendable. You've got this.
If you die, the vampires will find more people to throw in the pit. Don't
Yes,
worry.
they
about
will.
it. So with that said, you take 2 HP as this thing comes in hard and tries to literally tear your left arm off of you. You pull it out of its jaw as this happens, but this is not great. This is a little bit harder than little things made of gold. But with that said, it is player's activation.
I'm gonna take a mighty swing at this guy.
Yeah.
Do it. Fail, please.
All right, see, this dice tower has a single flaw. Sometimes the die goes to the end, bounces back, and lands at an angle in that little slot area.
Is that one of ours, or is it a different
Yeah.
one? Shit.
But I mean, it's otherwise perfect.
No, it's
that
mine.
is
It's
a 17 plus, so a 20 with fear.
20 with fear. So that hits. So your big old axe comes in, roll some damage.
Let's use this. Only an 18 this time.
18. Just under the major threshold. So 1 damage comes to this thing as it skitters off of it. You're fine, buddy. Or not. Whatever. I don't know. Cats. We're all dealing with cats. I should have put adversaries that were cats in here because that's our real adversary tonight. Only 1 damage goes off of it. I'm gonna, instead of taking a fear as a token, I'm gonna go ahead and take my turn. So you took an action. I'm gonna take an action back, and I'm gonna use one of the fear that I am given to take a full 3 actions right now. 3 heads, 3 actions. They all come down and bite each one of you. So I'm gonna try to make sure every one of them just comes down and eats you. So let's start with you, Geoff.
Mhm.
That is a natural 20. I'll go ahead and take my fear from that. And that is what I need to roll is these numbers. Oh, fuck me. That is 27 physical damage in this. This one's truly, you just cut it right around one of the necks. And it comes down hard and tries to just swallow you whole. So 27 coming at you physical.
All right, and I have class feature for Guardian is Unstoppable, where I have a counter, a D6 counter, and every time it starts at 1. Once I've used this up, I need a long rest to refresh it. But it starts at 1, and then if I deal damage, which I did, I have to tick it up, so it's actually at a 2 now. But
Are you doing
while
Relentless? Are you in Relentless?
Yeah, while I am unstoppable, I have resistance to
Sorry.
physical damage, which is the important thing here. So that puts me at a 14.
Okay.
If I don't do anything else, let me see. It feels like there was something else I could have done. I guess I'll just mark an armor slot and drop that by 9.
9 armor. So you took a 27. Now remember, this is a long rest thing.
Yeah.
I want to stop for a second. Are you using your long rest thing?
Yeah. I guess I didn't necessarily have to use it because it does say you can become unstoppable, but it seems worth doing. Mm-hmm. And it, like I said, it just ticks up my counter every time I deal damage. So now it says 2, but it still lasts until I fill up the counter.
Fair enough. That is different from 5th edition. It doesn't last until 1. So you're unstoppable until you're not. And what does the counter tick up to? 6 or 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
6. It goes to 8 at level 7.
Sucks.
The other thing that happened is the Seaborn community says every time I roll with fear, which I did, I can put a token on it, and then I can hold up to 6 tokens at a time. Before I make an action roll, I can spend 1 or more to add them as +1 modifiers to the roll.
All right, so that would be before you make an action roll.
Which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Just a thing that has happened. Yeah. But yeah, that gets me to no damage then, because after armor, I'm at 5.
All right. So 20, just to clarify, 27 halved turned into 13, and you took an armor slot, which gets you below your minor threshold of 10, which means 0 fucking damage. So just to clarify, I want to be very clear about this. That's like one of the best rolls I'm going to have tonight. And you take 0 damage. You take 0. Okay, fine. Okay.
If it wasn't so much damage, I wouldn't have needed to waste an armor.
So to clarify, in Daggerheart, I rolled a natural 20. I got my fear. And you took 0 damage. Cool. I'm gonna try to kill everyone else that's next to you. 5-8 against you, Trevor.
58.
58?
No, 8. Just 8. I'm just doing math poorly.
8 does not hit my evasion of 10.
All right, one thing comes down hard on Shlaggin, and a shield just comes up and like batters like half the teeth out of the mouth. Another one comes down, and you just kind of like casually sidestep a bit as it just like feels the pain of that first one, kind of rictus itself as it just slowly, poorly misses, and then a 10 comes at you, Fred.
Fred has an evasion of 10. What does that mean?
Beats it.
Oh, boo.
So that is damage to you, sir.
Okay.
As it's better than what I rolled before for other people. It's worse for me, better for you. Sorry to clarify.
Oh, okay.
That is 15 to hit. 15 physical damage coming at you.
15. Okay.
Which is much better than the 27 I rolled before.
Yes.
And you said you're that's probably in your major?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have to mark like 8 slots and then take 1 hit point. Damn, that's a lot of slots.
8 armor. What? 8 slots of what?
Armor.
If you want to, yeah.
Take
you
one.
can just take 2 HP.
I know, but you would like that, wouldn't you?
I would like you to take 8 armor slots or 2 HP. I like both of these things. These are both good for me. These are both fantastic for me.
All right.
This Hydra's doing well.
I'm going to take 8 and 1.
Really? How much so you have taken all of your armor?
No, I have 1 more slot.
Sure. All right.
Well, let's see that or hit points. You might as well spend it before you lose it, before you're dead.
Yeah, no, I get you. And sorry, before you do that, to give you the most accurate thing of getting to level 6, a short rest will only give you 1d4 armor back if you choose to spend it on that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I want to make that as entirely clear. 2 HP is a little bit easier to clear.
However...
Fuck your however, Guardian.
With the Armorer domain effect, during a short rest, if I choose to repair my armor, everyone else can reclaim an armor slot also.
There's that.
I mean, that's 1 armor slot.
Or not
bonus
dead.
Armor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I've chosen. That's good.
You're going to take all that armor. Got it. Cool. Just making sure I'm trying to be as fair for you guys because I'm also giving you as much like, let's pretend that we played a tier 2 play.
Yeah. No, I'm playing this as if it were.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Because we've literally only like short rested once in our long-term game.
Yeah.
And long rested once. So I just giving that as much as we can. I'm trying to kill you guys.
We're trying to kill you.
Great. All right. With that said, all of this has happened. I got a free fear out of it, but that is my turn. That's to you guys.
Okay.
Stop rolling with fear, I guess.
Yeah, stop sucking. Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck, man.
What can we do with the rally die exactly again?
Anything.
+8 to anything.
Yeah.
Plus a D8 to anything. Literally, if you want to add it to your, you have to choose before you roll, but decide what you're going to add that D8 roll to. If you're trying to hit, if you're trying to add it to damage, anytime you're going to roll your dice. And what's really cool about it in 1.4 is they buffed it to the fact that like you can add it to anything. Is it a social encounter that you prepped it for?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Got it. 17 to hit with hope.
Yeah.
With another
misses
battle axe swing. Already.
Misses, but you get your hope.
I did not. I rolled without using my rally die, but that's why I asked. So maybe for next time.
You have missed. You get your hope. So remember that you can tag team guys too. I know I took a lot of hope at the very beginning of this, but all of these things are gonna go ahead and go again. and I've taken the fear that I got from the crit, and I've taken the token that you just did as well. As you miss, this battle axe comes in, misses as well, and it's going to go through all of you again. Brendon, you first. That is a 20 to hit.
Yes, I'm dead.
Are you really?
No, but I will be soon.
But I
that
hope his damage
is-
rolls are worse than his to hit roll.
Yeah.
13 damage coming at you, physical.
Okay. I'm gonna mark 2.
Great. The next one is coming at you, Trevor. That is 17 to hit.
17 all. Yeah, I don't want to burn all my armor slots here. 17 is going to hit, but
Armor is for damage.
right. So
with that said, you have 10 damage coming at you.
10 damage coming at me. So as the Hydra comes to bite, he kind of whirls his hand in a small, ghostly, floating orb that's whispering with a mark in green on it. I'm going to use my Rune Ward spell with my deeply personal token or trinket. And I'm going to spend my last hope to reduce the damage coming in by 1d8.
1d8. All right. So that is 1d8 coming at you. Sorry, I'm 7. So you have 2 damage coming at you.
Well, it's just 1d8, so we got to see what the roll is.
Oh, sorry. So 10 is coming at you.
Yeah, so 4 reduced, so 6 damage coming at me. And yeah, then I'm going to use an armor slot to make that a minor, so just 1 HP.
Great. I'm retconning something from the beginning that I did for my personal rules. If you guys take a short rest, which you are allowed 3 during an adventuring day, I will also let you roll a d4 for hope as well. Because we're assuming that things happen between combats, so you take a short rest. I'm trying to...
Yeah.
I get fear, you guys get hope. So we'll do that if you guys take a short rest. If you live, we don't know. We're finding out.
Can we just take one
so
right
you-
now? Can we just do a timeout?
Yeah, let's short rest in the middle of a Hydra attack. Sure. By the way, I am
We'll all hide behind that rock.
Yes.
right. You guys can move still during this thing. You guys can get, as a reminder,
I'm gonna saunter over and buy a popcorn from this vendor over here.
buy some popcorn. Before bring on back, we haven't killed Geoff yet. There is a 19 on the die, so that absolutely hits your evasion. I don't even want to add things. Yeah. So that is some damage coming at you. Let me roll that for you. Oh, that's a lot better for you. 8, that just hits your minor threshold. 8 physical, you don't even care. You just shrug it off. Clink, boom. You just hold up your action that bites onto the action a little bit, like hits the roof of its mouth and fucking sucker and just pulls back real quick. That is the entirety of my turn. I am out of shit.
We're lucky. This thing doesn't hit hard. I turn to them and
As we're bleeding out.
Oh god. As a reminder, and this is something that is very important of this, that is different than from any other RPG that we're used to playing in 5th edition. You do not take reactions if you move a little bit away.
Right. I'm gonna
Just
do
to
that.
clarify this, you do not take a reaction for moving away. Things don't take reactions as they move away from you. If they move far, that triggers an agility roll to get there, which honestly I forgot to do with the debt guards earlier. Some of them might have stumbled. I honestly should have done that. Some of them might have not have made it to you. I forgot that. Just to be upfront with you guys. So if you want to go if you want to sprint, you might not make it. It's going to take an action roll. But if you want to just kind of like go away and like fucking shoot a thing because you're a far ranger dude, go about 20, 30 feet away. You can.
I'm going to cast a spell called Rune Circle.
What is the range on that? And as a reminder, you can move before you do that.
Yep. I'll just read the whole thing. Use an action, mark a stress, and create a temporary magic circle on the ground around you. Any creatures in melee range of this circle or who enter melee range of this circle take 2d12 magic damage and are pushed out at the end of their action.
Remind me to do that. So that just happens.
Yep.
Great. So it is. I'll just go ahead and do a quick little thing here. You're the dude right here.
Mhm.
That's shit happening.
Yep. Circle.
And this thing is right up with you guys. So yeah. We got all that. I'll let you guys remind me, please. So that has happened.
So I'll roll damage real quick.
Sorry, let me clarify
mark
from this
my
spell. It says when
stress.
it takes an action, right?
Any creatures in melee range of this circle or who enter melee range take the damage and are pushed out at the end of their action.
So they action. So you built something. You made a thing.
Oh, I don't
Here,
do the thing.
if they do an action, remind me, this is where the rune circle is. This is where it is, right next to you.
Yep.
So that's happened. I got an action token out of it. We're cool.
Yeah.
But nothing else is happening.
No damage yet. Yep. Okay. That's my thing. I probably should have just backed the fuck up because I'm about to.
You can still. It is. You can do it after.
Can I keep the ring on the ground where I'm at?
Read the whole thing real quick again.
I
This is new
will.
rules for me too.
Yeah, this is a new spell. Who dis?
That's all of them.
Use an action to mark a stress and create a temporary magic circle on the ground around you. Any creatures in melee range of this circle or who enter melee range of this circle take 2d12 magic damage and are pushed out at the end of their action.
That is on the ground, and then you moved away from it.
Okay. Cool beans.
You've done it. That is a thing. Does it have a time limit on it or anything like that?
I think it doesn't say, but I would assume it's just one turn, one round. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think it is. It just says it on the ground. I'm reading it as rule. You have imbued something in here in the ground. You've made a trap.
It did, but it also says temporary magic circle. It doesn't give a
it doesn't
time
last,
limit.
Eternally.
No,
Yeah, it
no.
doesn't-
Go ahead.
I would love you to make a note on that just to clarify.
Yeah,
that this
what's
may
the
mean a
duration?
thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a duration, and I'm going to call it for the scene. That's here for the end of this combat. That's
Okay.
the scene.
Got it.
I like the idea of temporary meaning scene. Personally, because I don't like tracking things after that. I think thinking about things forever is stupid and it's hard to do.
yeah.
That's why
like
end of
5
session
turns or something.
I love end of session. No. I'm not taking 9 or 20.
No.
When the vampire talks to you again and clicks it, it's going to fade away.
Right. Okay.
So you've gone ahead and moved away from that.
And I have moved into the cool looking circle to try and hit our boy here.
Hit him. Get him.
Get him.
Get him. Get him.
This is
Shoot him a
not
little
the
bit.
greatest. That is a total of 18 with fear.
18 with fear. That hits. It just hits. You fucking get it. You found it. 18 is the difficulty of a Hydra. The blade sinks into one of the necks of this thing.
Let's see. Damage. Roll. 19.
19. The axe, this like moment, like your ankle almost twists. The grip of the haft almost slips in the sweat of this moment. This is a little bit harder. You're a little confident in your moment, but this thing, you got it. You figured it out, and one of these things comes through and you just cleave off one of these heads, hitting exactly the difficulty and exactly the major threshold required for this stat block, for this adversary to remove one of the heads.
Nice.
It is at now 2 heads.
Unfortunately, still better than 1.
And it has taken to a major threshold of damages. This has come in hard and just sliced at it. It still takes a fear in that sort of stuff. So let me just double check something. All right, I can't do that. I can't do that.
As Flagon swings his battle axe at the thing's neck, you hear him kind of nonsensically yell, "And my axe!"
And my
axe. The other two heads is one flops in the ground like a flaccid snake. The other two heads roar with displeasure, and I will use my turn on that fear action to spend these 2 tokens that I have to do another relentless, a terrifying chorus, using both heads that I have left to take 2 hope away from all of you.
What if we have no hope?
Sucks for me. That was a wasted turn.
Ooh, they mad.
But that is the entirety of their turn. They're not attacking anymore. They're taking your hope.
I'm going to step back, while still remaining within close range. And this is a kind of a waste of this ability, but it's fine. I would like, GM, could you make a reaction roll 16 with that Hydra?
14.
All right. All right, so wait, I read that wrong.
Okay.
So I have to make
I rolled a 14 on my die.
All right, I have to make a spell casting roll first to that's going to be an 18 with hope.
Okay.
And then the reaction roll, would that hit the
18 with hope hits.
All right. So then the 14 would be the reaction roll, which you fail. So this is Chain Lightning, one of my level 5 abilities. So he kind of steps back and the shadow of the staff fades away, and green lightning kind of courses out under his hands, through his fingers, and zaps into the Hydra. So we're looking at 7d8 damage.
78.
Electric.
Woo!
Yeah, 3d8
All right.
plus 4d8.
I want to clarify.
Spellcasting trait.
Okay. 3d8 is the base, and 4d8 comes from your +4.
Yeah. Yeah, and on a success, they take half damage.
I like tier 2 play. This is fun.
This is fun.
This would apply to every adversary in front of me within close range.
Oh wow!
So you give me a bunch of little kobolds or something.
Just
sizzled.
Ice.
Yeah, we're just using it on the one because that's what we got.
Can you double their severe? Let's find out.
32 lightning damage.
32. Go ahead, put one here. And that was with fear, right? As a reminder.
The roll was hope. 18 with hope.
With hope.
Yeah.
18 with hope. Fuck me then. 18 with hope. 32, unfortunately, is still at the major threshold for this. So 2 more damage, but you focus, the lightning crosses across this, creating this like Tesla arcing of like, and you feel like you just focus on it, and you take that moment and you bring your hands together and move to the left head and just and pull that down. And the head itself incinerates. Just but that was magical damage, correct?
Yes.
So it is now with one head, and the last head there is just kind of like, it just kind of like, you can see it just kind of like cuckoo clocks going around its head a little bit there. It feels a little bit dazed and sort of stuff like that. But at the same point, like something like reactionary inside the form of this thing, and like whatever homunculi built this, or mad wizard, or if it's evolved in the state, and the scales itself like turn iridescent and just like pull back into the sight. And it is in weird like dazed state of like frenzied armored space. So it is still your guys' to go though.
Flagon, I can finish him.
All right, let's take a swing at this guy.
All right,
And
Shlaggin.
I think, let's see, I could either add 2 to this, or let's rally here.
Do
So I'm
it.
gonna do this,
Okay.
and I'm glad I did. So far, I'm at a 14, 17 with hope, and now a 22.
Oh, whew.
22 with hope.
Yep.
22 with hope absolutely hits.
And that expended my rally die. And 25 damage.
Nice.
25 damage. How do you want to do this?
Nice.
So feeling a little bit inspired by the speech earlier, he put some real oomph into this and kind of spins around before connecting. Just a big like twirl and slam into it with the battle axe.
Yeah. Like you're doing the hammer throw, the
Yeah.
dragon field. Awesome.
And the last head flops off, and this body of it, like ready to kind of go at you, just stops still and becomes a monument to itself and as a corpse. You feel this moment, like you see budding on the chest where like, oh fuck, this could have been different. This could have been more. The right moment didn't avail itself of this magical beast that came at us. And I want to talk through the stat block because I think this is actually the fucking coolest stat block in the entire manuscript right now.
Yeah.
And one more moment or one more me planning it better or me not wasting a fear earlier could have changed this fight. So it's a many-headed menace. The Hydra begins the game with 3 heads. Each time the Hydra takes major or higher damage, it loses a head.
Right.
So it starts with 3. You guys removed 2 during the play. Relentless X. Relentless is a thing that allows me to use a solo creature more than once. This is a solo creature. This is built to be solo.
Mm-hmm.
The Hydra may activate X times per GM move, where X is the Hydra's numbers ahead.
Okay.
So it can get a lot of fucking heads.
Wait, what's the condition that it regens the head?
We'll get there. Regeneration. Action. If the Hydra has marked any HP, spend a fear to heal 2 HP to regrow a head.
Oh, wow.
So that is one action it could make of its 3, 4, 5, 2 relentless.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the heads could take an action token and a fear token out of here, which now I am at the end of this combat putting these back. If we ever come back from here, I have 1 fear. Let me put that down.
Yeah.
So basically a fear action is a big action. If I use an action token and a fear to do something on the adversary's turn, it's going to come down on you hard. In this case, regeneration, action. If the Hydra has any marked HP, spend a fear to heal 2 HP and regrow a head.
Wow.
But
That can...
Go ahead.
The way that I read this, it could regrow more than 1. I'm going full Hercules Disney rules.
Right.
Yeah.
If I feel like it could get up to 5, 6, 7, and it's HP's top is still 7.
Yeah.
But if I had the right moment and even 1 HP, I could go to more heads. The thing that I used against you guys, which may come against you if we play this again, is Terrifying Chorus. That's an action 2. All targets within far range lose 2 hope. I thought that was honestly the most cool thing in here in the start. I think I overdid it, especially when Trevor, you said, I don't even have hope.
I don't even have hope.
I ain't got hope.
Okay.
Magical weakness. So this is something that was the iridescent scales that I talked about. When the Hydra takes magical damage, they are dazed. While dazed, they cannot use regeneration. So I would not have been able to regenerate heads after that magical damage that you just did.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But are immune to magical damage.
Okay.
Every time the
Okay.
Hydra activates while dazed, roll a 1d8. On a 7 plus, they are no longer activated. They are no longer dazed.
Interesting.
So like we could in theory stun lock it, I guess, with magic,
Correct.
but it can't actually.
It won't do damage. Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, it wouldn't be able. If you spent damage against it again, it would have reflected off and hit something on the sconces, but it would no longer have. It would not have added daze to it or anything like that.
Right.
The daze is just a condition it has until I roll a 7 or 8 to recharge its like regeneration ability.
Mm.
Which is, I mean, it's a 1 in 4 chance.
Yeah.
So that was what was prepping this thing, because you hit it with magic damage, which I would say is about 50% of damage against this thing. It no longer regenerates. So there's a world where this comes in hard, and I think at tier 3 play you can throw in 2 solos from tier 2 at it, which 2 solos of this thing could be fucking yeah. If I'm reading the rules right, and I think I'm reading the rules right, and I may have been reading an older rule set. So that said, solos are interesting. And to clarify about the easy or hardness of whatever we just did, we've done an easy and we've done a standard at tier 2.
Okay.
So coming out of this, would you like to rest now? Would you like to take a respite after all of this very hard work that you are doing to entertain us?
I just take a look over at the condition of Fred's armor and say, yeah, we should maybe take
Very
just a
good.
quick break.
Very good. Wine, women, and refreshments are very important for us. We will take our abscond. Many of us will take a bathroom break, and all of you may take a small rest while we wait for what's next. None of the other arcanely locked things here actually walk out of the Colosseum that is too tall and too wide and too interior of the space. But the vampires that are all over inside of that southern space leave out. They go get their fries and beer at their baseball game. As you take a minute to sit down, fucking take a moment, and let short rest. Short rest 1 happens.
Sweet.
So, what do you guys want to do for your short rest? Because you might do this again next time. I don't honestly. In 2 weeks, sorry, I put up 3 and said 2. In 2 weeks, my mother is here. I will not be able to play in 2 weeks for sure. Unless we do for whatever fucking reason, but I'm not going to be doing a big thing. So next week, I don't know what's happening with Kyle being busy. We might do this.
Yeah.
Trevor, you out?
Yeah, I'm out. I'm traveling for.
All right, so Trevor, you're out. If this happens, Dead Guy Jack might take a break, and as he snaps in, if we have 3, we'll do this.
Right.
No matter what.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So what
so-
can we do again during a short rest?
Short rest. Let me clarify our short rests here. Short rests. So a short rest. You can tend to wounds, clear stress, repair armor, or prepare. You can choose 2. You can double choose 1 if you so desire. If you tend to wounds, clear stress, or repair armor, that is a 1d4 against it.
All right. Now, here's an interesting question.
Mhm.
I can repair my armor. I have used 1 armor slot so far. So no matter what I do, I'm fine there. Hey, a 4. But now that lets everybody in the party also clear an additional armor slot.
Let me clarify something for this. That 4 doesn't have to go for you. It can be for someone else. Short rest, this is a party game. This is all about doing stuff. So you can repair someone else's armor. As a reminder, describe how you blow off steam or pose each player may swap any number of domain cards in their loadout for domain cards in their vault, and choose options below. They may repeat the same option twice if they like. And maybe this maybe.
Oh, I see. You may do this to an ally's armor instead. I didn't even catch that the first time.
So You can spend that 4 on Brennan's armor and give him a 5 because you're doing it, and you get 1 for yourself because everyone, because of your armor, gets a +1.
Sweet. Okay, so
So-
yes. And then that 1 refreshes me completely.
Mhm.
And so I think I will try and repair each of my allies' armor with that then. So 1, we got Brendon clearing 5 out of, I think, his 7 or something. I don't know, 6.
Well, you said everybody gets an armor slot back?
Everyone gets an armor
and you
slot.
would get 1 back. And then now I will try and repair your armor.
The 1 got me.
Oh, okay. I thought you had taken more armor damage for some
Mhm.
reason. It was just him then.
Yeah.
Well, I don't necessarily. Well, prepare.
So-
I should prepare
so-
them, right?
Yeah. You may also then.
Ooh, and if anyone
Just-
else wants to prepare also, then we gain more hope. But I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So you
can
both have. So Brendan, did you hear all that?
No, sorry, I was in the bathroom.
You
It's
can
okay.
get 5 armor slots back.
Okay.
He repaired your armor.
Yes. For 5.
He got a 4 on the die, and
Plus
+1 for everyone inside the party. So he chose to do that. Geoff decided to do that for one of his 2 short rest options. He decided to repair your armor.
Got it. Okay, good. Awesome. And then my option then is to choose 2, you said, of those options?
Yeah. No, I think Geoff, just to catch you up, Geoff had noted to the 2 of you that he doesn't need anything else, really. He's planning on preparing. If one of you wants to prepare with him, what's coming up next, you and him take 2 hope.
Oh. Okay. So I would like to. I'll prepare then as well.
Yeah.
As one of my.
Do you? How much
options.
hope? How much hope do you have?
I have 0. So
Yeah. I mean, this thing scared you guys.
yeah, it scared,
Alright, cool.
scared the hope right out of me, and I will repair hit points or heal hit points. Right.
And 2 wounds.
Manage wounds. And that's a D4, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, 1
Okay. Oh, that's a lovely one. A lonely one.
That's how it goes.
Did you
Trevor.
have other things you need to do, Trevor? Or are you going to prepare with us?
I will do a stress clear, and then I will prepare with you.
Great.
D4.
Everybody gets some hope back.
2
On our
stress back, and then 2 hope.
Yeah. So because you guys all prepared together, with the wine that is provided to you, that is a little bit iron tasting and brackish, you take a moment, you sit down. An hour is provided to you as the blood fries are provided to all the vampires above, and you prepare. You think about this, like you actually start talking to each other. Okay, there are 4 other groupings up there. If those vampires decide to fight us as well, you see giants. You see natural spirits. You see a blue dragon completely tracked down with its mouth even clamped in this space. And okay, I don't know who's next, but we got this. Maybe we can make our way all the way through this. And the next time we play, maybe we'll get through 2 or 3. But with that, welcome to our main course, and we'll end tonight.
That's such a great short rest scene. Like, if you think about what leads to the mechanical effects that we got out of it, it's like, we've got some time to rest. We kind of group up, and I see the condition of his armor, and I was like, I'm an armor. I can, help you fix this up here. And then we all kind of get ready for what's coming next, and that gives everybody hope again. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really, really, really like the 2 choices, and the 2 choices maybe aren't for you.
Mhm.
That is exactly what this is a party game. This is a party heroic adventure. Sometimes Frodo is carried by
Sam. Yeah.
what's
Mhm.
Sam, and brings him up there. Honestly, all Frodo does is take short rest actions from other people for the entire thing, but that's what he needs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even from the very beginning when he's stopped by the Nazgul, he's rescued and brought in, and that's the only way that he survives is by other people tending to him.
Mhm.
So I really, that is, I think one of the strongest cool things about this game is, yeah, armor helps.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you went from you used 8 fucking things
8.
to take 0 damage.
No, to
Or
take
just 1?
1. 8 to.
It was from 3 to 1.
3 to 1. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's worth it when you had 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. You might have made a death move.
Or 7 hit points. Is that what you're talking about?
Still, yeah. I mean, you might have made a death move, and then we might have said, "All right, you're playing a wizard next time." I don't know.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to really play with here. Or you could have said, "I am taking the easy way out," or whatever. So I really like it.
Yeah. And I do have a tiny bit of feedback on that rune circle duration. Get some clarification on it.
I'm deleting that now. So in my opinion, and there is, so I really like the 2 RPGs that are really kind of happening right now and they're testing stuff. I really like what MCDM is doing as well. And I really like their terms of director. I like their terms of other stuff there. And I really like their term of scene. I went to school to be a film person, and part of this is like editing on the fly.
Mm.
And there's something to be said about like just using the term of scene or day or long rest or session.
Mhm.
I think a few more things inside Daggerheart need that. I think the scene is a good term that they can take from the fine folks that they're friends with over at MCDM to put in there. I think that's great. Just little things like that are good. But temporary also, I mean, this is a narrative game. I don't think scene is needed either. I'm very him a haw, because in this moment, this is a big thing. Honestly, if you guys didn't take a short rest right now, if you guys kept going, I might have said that runic circle stayed.
Right.
You spent an action to make it out there. It's a real thing. It's temporary. It's not going to stay there for the whole thing. So,
yeah, no, temporary is just vague. That's why.
but that's what this is different than 5e on. And honestly, it's different than MCDM. It is vague because the GM is trying to help you folks tell a story.
Yeah, well, and to say that it's vague presumes that it should be explicit and obvious and impossible to misunderstand.
Yeah.
But if that's not the kind of game this is,
I don't think it is.
Game where there's it's a lot more liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I've been working on all week, talking about, conventional approaches to game design versus, critical design that try to mess with those expectations and limits. Like, if you can find a link to the article or information about it, it's called Button as an acronym, BUTTON. And it was a game, I read an article by the creator called Brutally Unfair Tactics, Totally Okay Now. And that you have a console set up with the game, just like, like PlayStation or Jackbox or whatever. And it says, all right, so, press the button. That's all you have to do. And it'll give you different instructions. Whoever's the last to press the button loses. Whoever doesn't press their button loses. But that's it. The console has no way of regulating anything other than the button press. So we can say like back up 6 feet. You don't have to do that. So the rules are not systematized. They're within the community of the players, right? Which could be like, oh, we're having fun. No, I grabbed my buddy and I like kept him away versus, you're playing this at a bar or something and someone gets elbowed in the head so that they can get a controller, right? Because in a certain, You know, the mosh pit is probably one of the most nonviolent things we have, right? People get picked up and they get saved, and because it's that community that defines those boundaries. And that's what I think this game is going for, in contrast to the kind of individualized, atomized adventurer that we get in 5th edition.
Yeah, and the other thing that I think that it's intriguing about this that plays with convention is we want definition, but in the end, did you guys have fun?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Does definition provide fun or not? I don't think it does. I think both answers are yes. I think in this state, the definition of fun is we're telling a story together. And yes, we're trying to hack a story together right now with how we're running this, but there is still story even happening here where you guys, an armorer helped our armorless fix themselves, and that became from a very specific rule set.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same point, like the movement in this, and honestly, I can't wait for the full release of this when clearly people like Roll20, which we use to do this, will have better movement clarity for this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was trying to early on when I was trying to hack this into the system, was trying to play with auras to make very, very close, very far close, all that kind of work together. Where if you click something, it would have like a ring around you of what those were.
Yeah.
And I think that'll happen. We're obviously still beta testing this. But that is something that works better in the physical world where here you are, there's very far.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Here's very close.
Well, and as we've seen with like the drive to like quantify everything all the way down with a system that's super crunchy, like Starfinder or Pathfinder, right? Like this is purposefully moving in the other direction by saying things like very close. Well, how close is very close? It's a bit.
You have to trust each other.
That's exactly. That's
you have to trust each other. And some games you don't trust each other because you're playing, because there is still like the old school. I mean, the original version for D&D and the Dungeon Master was referee.
Mm-hmm.
It was an antagonistic relationship.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of that that's in the blood of that system, which is fine. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of that, but this is like I was telling Brendon when we started playing. Trevor. I was telling you, Trevor, that I've been very much enjoying Worlds Without Number because it's a storytelling podcast that they're doing, and it's not antagonistic. It's just let's make a story together. I'm not trying to hurt you by saying that you did this because you chose something because your character would do this. We'll make a story out of it. And if this becomes something where it's you two versus this one person, which is where I'm kind of out of the story, great. Let's do that. And I love that here.
Great news, everyone. So I re-looked at my leveling up options because I found a thing that would have potentially given me more of a minor threshold. So I said, okay, what did I take that I could give up to grab that +1 to proficiency at level 6? So I gave up taking an extra hit point. So I would have 8 instead of 9, but that gives me a 13 minor threshold now.
Jesus.
And also my non-crit max damage is now 46.
So, Trevor, I am so happy I killed Ardax at level 1.
I feel like that's what you got to do, man.
You got to kill the Guardian right off the bat. Guardian may be the most overpowered, but it's built to be a tank. It's a barbarian paladin.
And I looked at everything I could do to max out like that minor and take various damage avoidance things. You could build it as a little bit more of a protector, and then I wouldn't be as invulnerable, but I could step in and help other people.
Right.
But I figured I'll look at always trying to tank the damage and live through it while everybody else is getting to do their stuff.
Yeah. And there's something to be said about this still being a tactical game. You guys were all standing next to a fucking Hydra that kept biting you. If you guys spread out a little bit more, maybe one or two of those HPs would have been hit, because it's still a many-headed beast that has to decide what it's going to do.
Right. But hey,
It can't hit all of you guys if you guys... You're 3 people. Triangle math just doesn't work if one of you moves away and another one of you moves away. It has to... Honestly, that's how I should have used Terrifying Chorus. Oh, I can't do anything else with this.
Mm-hmm.
You guys just hope. Triangle math. Triangle math. My kid is so fucking into Gravity Falls right now, and she sees triangles everywhere with Bill Cipher.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen. She sees triangles everywhere. We were at a Panda Express, and it had like a "we're watching you" with like cameras thing, and it looked like an eye instead of triangle, and she's like,
Bill Cipher.
yeah, it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
She's becoming full conspiracy theorist.
It's a good show.
Oh yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah.
And it's so good that it ended where it did.
Yeah.
We're digressing. I love you guys.
All right.
Have a great night.
Good night, all.
take care, Geoff. Take care.
Bye.
Take care,
Bye.